money, views, very, very big views. But the question is, what's correct and what isn't? Because unfortunately in the K-pop community, as we all know, and we have come to learn, there's a lot of misinformation that pops about on a day-to-day basis. There's a lot of lies, there's a lot of stuff that is unconfirmed, and for the layman, I would say that causes some type of problem. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a layman, I'd say I'm the level above a layman. And regardless if the numbers that are being thrown about are true or not, BTS most certainly made an absolute killing. Big Hit had a very, very big hit indeed with this online concert that BTS has just been putting on this weekend. Hey, NarendraTheComic here, and right now we are indeed gonna be chatting about the boys, the lads, BTS, 방탄소년단, Beyond the Scene. If you don't know, you know now. Well, it never really stuck, to be fair, and I think it was a bad move, but it was something that will be in the community and in the fandom forever. Beyond the Scene. We always love it. But BTS are indeed having another online concert as we speak, or as this video is on the weekend of the concert coming out. And inherently, the numbers are going to be crazy. People are going to be saying all types of stuff about billions of people watching it, hundreds of millions of people watching it, tens of millions of people watching it. I don't know what numbers are right and what numbers are wrong, but BTS have apparently got 114 million people to log on and buy the concert. That's unfathomable. That's unbelievable. And that's why I don't believe that number. I don't know if that number is doubled, so 2 people are watching it at the same time, so that way the number's really like 70 million or 65. That's still a lot, and I'm not sure I buy that number either. But prove me wrong, please, because I'm all for like something being ultra successful, especially when it's good shit. But when I saw the actual pricing for the concert, I was a bit confused, really, because the previous concert that they did earlier in the year was priced at, I think, $35-ish per ticket, or per 2 tickets, if you're really looking at it like you can get 2 people to stream on different devices, and then you can have 2 people viewing it for the same price. That was about $35. They decided to up it this time, and now it's $45, and I was a bit dubious at paying $35 initially. You might say, you're not Real Army, alright? But I'm just not busting $45 on an online experience concert, you know? I can buy a whole video game for that, even though I don't play video games that often. I can buy a piece of clothing, even though I don't buy clothes very often. I can buy a new book. I can buy a new comic book if I want. You know, there's a lot of stuff I can be doing with $45. And I can buy a ticket to a live show eventually for like 60 or 70. So I'm someone who is very cheap, all right? You know this if you know the channel. I'm a cheapskate. I'm a cheap motherfucker. And while this thing does offer value in some ways, I don't think it really offers all the value possible. And for $45 for a one-day pass, or it was $55 or $56 for a exhibition exclusive pass for one day, that's pretty expensive for... Well, a kid, it's definitely very expensive. For a tween, it's still getting to that expensive region. The sad thing is, for most adults, it would probably be a problem as well. I remember reading this thing a long, long time ago, and it said that about 50% of all Americans don't have, I think, $500 in their bank account. I'm not American, but the British number was pretty similar to the American number, and I think it's hard to try and bust out $50 for something, even if you do have the $50 or the $500 or $1,000 in your bank account. Do you want to be busting out that on this type of experience? And I think that's the big question here. Apparently 114 million people did, and when you multiply that out by the $45 a ticket and the other ones are 56, let's go halfway and say half the people got the expensive ticket and half the people got the regular ticket. You're looking at $50 a ticket. Now you times that out by the 114 million people, we're talking about $6 billion here from one concert, from one day. That doesn't include the second day. The second day is a separate concert, it's a separate fee. If it was all in one and you got 2 days for the $50 or $45, maybe you might be able to get your head around that. But then you have to pay another $45 if you want the other day, or you can get a joint package where you get both days for like $80. Or if you want the exclusive package, then it's both days for over $90. It's a lot of money. It really, really is. And I don't think kids really get it. They're like, yeah, I want that. It's like, well, okay, I understand you want that, but sometimes you can't really get what you want. You know? I have indeed seen some of the stuff, some of the stages, some of the stuff that's been going on. And it looks sick. It looks incredible. And in some ways, I wish I'd bought it. But in other ways, I'm like, well, guys, I support these guys a lot, all right? I listen to their music so much. I buy their music. I download their music. I buy their merch. This is a BT21 hat, right? We have merch. I was gonna look for another one, but this is not a BTS hat. It's just a hard to do hat in general. But you know, it's not about saying, are you not an army? And I think it's a bad thing to put out there to some people, very few, who are saying stuff like, you're not a real army if you're not buying this. And I think that's a bad message for people who are very, very tight in terms of the ability they have, not in terms of their choices. I'm choosing not to buy it, right? But there are other people who don't have the choice not to buy it. They want to buy it, but they can't. And that's not a good message to put out there, saying you're not a real army if you can't afford it. And some people have said that, I've seen online. Very few, because the army is a pretty caring fan base in general. But some people are dicks, you know? I've seen it. I've seen it in life. It's just how it goes. It's just how life goes. And I think BTS are killing it. I think DYNAMITE would have definitely increased their sales numbers for this. It's one of the biggest songs in the world right now still. And I hope it continues to be. Maybe they'll get a Grammy nomination. That would be incredible. That might do the thing that pushes, you know, the government over the edge to be like, hey, you continue doing you, baby. You continue doing you. You continue bringing billions of dollars in tourism revenue alone to Korea, and then we'll see where we go from there. The thing is, they are absolutely slamming it. They're killing it. They're making a killing. They're bringing people joy, and if that's what you're doing and you're really improving people's lives, helping their mental state, their physical state, whether they want to exercise after listening to your music or anything like that, then I think this type of stuff is just good. So whatever the numbers are, it doesn't really matter. I'm just glad that they made a successful concert and a lot of people tuned in, a lot of people watched it, and a lot of people had fun. While I do think the pricing might have been just a tad high, hey, I'm not going to tell anyone how to run their company, especially when it's going to be $1 billion enterprise very, very soon. But with potentially $6 billion in revenue, if that's the case, Big Hit is going to be worth a lot more on the stock market when they IPO after this, if that is indeed the true numbers, because that is shocking. No one gets that type of viewership across the world. You could get the 10 biggest artists in the world and put them on stage, minus BTS, and they wouldn't get this type of numbers if these are the real numbers. I would even be amazed at 14 million people live watching throughout the show. That's incredible. So if it is indeed 114 million, then I think my previous thoughts of saying in 2018, BTS are not the level of the Beatles. At this point, BTS are the Beatles, Queen, they're that level. They're gonna be on the path they're on. They're gonna be that level of iconic. And I'm just glad that we can all see it in some way. We can watch their incredible music videos, hear their luscious voices, and occasionally see some, well, occasionally, that's the wrong word. It's not occasionally. We can constantly see some incredibly sexy looks from the boys because, you know, as a guy, I see them and I say, damn, I have to admit, Jimin is bloody, he's sexy. I have to look at Jin and say, hey, he's worldwide handsome for a reason, right? While I'm not, you know, woo, I'm just saying that, you know, appreciating beauty in whatever way it is a good thing, right? I'm gonna get out of this one very quickly. So I'm gonna say, anyway, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Jin himself will come after you. He'll blow you a kiss, but it'll be a kiss of death. While he normally gives kisses of life, he's going to give kiss of death to you. You don't want that. You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. Now, I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been great. I'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Yep, been doing it every day for over 2 years now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never not here. And I do indeed bring the bakwas, and if you don't know, bakwas is nonsense in Punjabi. And I do always, every day, every single day, without fail, speak nonsense. So see you tomorrow with some more nonsense, some more bakwas. There'll be a lot of it. So take it all in. See you then. Skadoosh.